What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. So, as you can tell, it's raining. And it's not just regular rain. This is all of the ponies' tears that have collected around the earth. And they're falling down simultaneously. Everywhere on the earth is raining everywhere. At this right moment. This is really, it's been pony tearing all day. I mean, at some points, the pony tears are so hard, it's like you can't even hear. The sound is deafening. Man, I mean, if you didn't have high blood pressure, you're gonna have it now. All that salt. Anyway, why? Why do you ask? Why are all these ponies crying? Why is all the tears falling from the skies? Well, I mean, maybe because Xbox came through and said, smack, smack. They said, yo, we got some games. I mean, we got a little bit more than some games. And they showed all the games. They had their showcase. And they smacked Sony. They even smacked Jeff Keighley's cute little summer indie fest, whatever the heck it was called. I mean, Ubisoft's the only one who's trying to keep pace. Because they had like Star Wars. They had a few good things. You know, the Assassin's Creed Shadows is kind of dope. I mean, step back for a second. You know, we going to get into it. But step back for a second. Look at what Xbox just did. Look at what Sony did with their Astrobot and Lego Horizon. Literally two of the most kiddiest games up against what Xbox just unloaded up. And let's just take away Call of Duty for a second. This showcase was still better than everything else. Minus Call of Duty. Call of Duty is just like, yeah, we need a little insurance just to make sure that you know, I mean, we need a little bit of a countermeasure, let's just say, against all this Xbox taxing that's happening, basically. And so, you know, some of the community is just like, we give up. They got Call of Duty. It's over, right? And so we'll see what else they got. They won automatically, but then we'll see what else they got. And then they saw what else they got, and they found out, and they were like, oof, that's good. You can't deny it. It's undeniable. Even Dreamcast guys, punk ass. What did you give it, an 8 or something? From a 4? And Tony Polanco, let me jump through the internet and smack this fool. I used to like Rom You Death. I used to like his punk ass. And now I'm like, oh, he's a pony. And I know y'all probably knew he was a pony, but I stopped listening to him a long time ago. You know, he used to be on Game Attack Radio a lot, and I used to listen to him when he was on there. And I was like, oh, he's all right. I mean, he prefers PlayStation, but he sounds like he's and he's a journalist, I think. I think he writes for some site. I'm not too sure. Or maybe his own. Whatever. And then he's like, oh, that was whack or whatever. Paraphrase. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10. I'm like, yeah, you a pony. Donkey Unicorn, my Donkey Unicorn list is growing, okay? So Dreamcast guy, Rom You Death, Tony Polanco, and others. That's the quick mental list right now. I mean, you got JW, you got Z, you got a whole bunch of people, but you know, they on the top, you know, tier right now. Cause of their funny scores. Oh yeah, Tim Puppy, him too. Dude, Tim Puppy is out of his. It must feel real bad. Like, if you were depressed before, you're like, oh man, Xbox. First of all, idiot. Why? Because you're like getting upset because Xbox is not doing what Sony's doing, meaning like going all in on consoles, meaning constructing their whole business around selling consoles. Here's my thing. Would you rather have a nice shiny console with no games, or all the games and, oh well, it's not exclusive to this console? You're an idiot, Tim Dog, Tim Puppy, Tim Pony, whatever you want to call him. There's no way to... Look, games are always the thing that us gamers want. We don't buy consoles to sit them up on the shelf and look at them. We buy them to play games on them. Anyway, let's get to the meat and the potatoes, which is the Xbox showcase. Man, shoot. I was okay, so I had no expectations, but I was like, they got a lot of stuff. There might be some good stuff in there. Let's see what's going on. I knew there was gonna be Call of Duty in there. I wasn't too excited about that. I still am not. I'm not like a super Call of Duty fan or Call of Duty head like that. I'll play the campaign. Maybe I'll dip into Warzone once or twice, see what the multiplayer is about. That's it, just to get a little taste, So, Call of Duty aside, I'm like, all right, it looks like a Call of Duty trailer. All right, cool. That aside, they come out first. I'm going to try to do this. I'm just doing this from memory because I didn't write it down or nothing. But I'm going to tell you the things that stood out for me. Everybody's like, Doom, the Dark Ages. Oh my God, this is the best thing. And I'm like, look, it looks like Doom. That's kind of cool. But I'm going to tell you two things that happened in the Doom trailer, right? Shield. And he said, zoom like that and threw it. I was like, hold up. He got a buzzsaw. It's a buzzsaw shield. And he threw it like Captain America. And it's like, I was like, okay, that's pretty dope. But then the Skull Crusher thing, I think the Skull Crusher thing came first. He had the Skull Crusher gun. He put the skull in it and said, crunch, crunch, crunch. And it said, shut up. I was like, what? Okay. All right. These fools. Man, that has to be the most crazy meeting. It's like, all right, we need some new weapons, y'all. What y'all got? All right, how about we take some puppies and then hold up. No, we're not doing the pup. Sorry, I know this is supposed to be like special. No puppies. Johnson, we told you about the pup. No puppies. But man, where am I going to be able to put puppies in? Never the puppies. And who else got? Well, we could have skulls. And then it goes, and you know how they crush the things. They have videos where the little teeth come and they crush up the things and they crush the stuff. Like, oh yeah, the machine is the crusher, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, that, right? It's in the gun. It's like a little mini one, and they put the skull in it, and then it crushes the skull, and we call it the Skull Crusher. That's pretty good, Evans. We're gonna use that. Put that on the whiteboard. You know what I mean? Like, what else? What was on the left on the cutting room floor besides Killer Shield and Skull Crusher machine? Anyway, that was a good game. Okay, so the things that stood out to me, right? Perfect Dark, right? I was like, Perfect Dark. I was curious because everybody was curious. Like, what is that game going to look like? We saw the CG trailer before. I was like, whatever, CG trailer, sure. And then they showed her jumping out, and I was like, what the hell is this? Is this some? I mean, it's first party, but it didn't click. And then she took the helmet off. I was like, Perfect Dark. And then they jumped into gameplay, and I was like, oh, okay, this is all right. Although, one thing I did notice is that they edited a lot. Like, they cut a lot of, like, I guess, to keep the pace up, to keep it more, frantic or whatever. So I was like, okay, I get that. So it's going to be more of a Deus Ex exploration, first person, Mirror's Edge, plus the espionage with the gadgets. And I like that. I like that as opposed to just being a straight up, like Perfect Dark Zero was just a shooter. You just run around, shoot, get a key card, shoot, shoot the crabs and stuff. It's really, really elementary, basically. So now, what a lot of people are saying is like they've kind of not futurized it, but brought it to modern day, not standards, but sensibilities. And I'm like, yeah, you put a little bit of Deus Ex and whatchamacallit? Mirror's Edge, and the first person shooting was pretty cool. I was like, all right, we'll see. A little bit of melee, a little shoot him in the leg, punch him in the face, and I was like, okay, let's go. So and then like at the end video was all kind of weird and crazy, looked like Control or something. I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna play it because day one game bad, just like Call of Duty, day one game bad. All right, what else? I mean, we could skip to Gears of War E-Day. Yep. Yo, Jeff Keighley could kick rocks, okay? Because, all right, so he tried to downplay, it's like, oh, it's the CG, blah, 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 blah. And then somebody from the coalition was like, first of all, shut the hell up. Second of all, it is in-game assets in the Unreal Engine, in-engine, real time. And I don't know if Jeff Keighley responded or whatever, but everybody keeps doing videos about how the coalition dudes smack. It seems like nowadays on the Xbox side, at least, whether it's content creators or the studios, they're not taking this Xbox tax that has been happening. They're like, nah, we work too hard to make this look how it looks. You ain't gonna downplay. You ain't gonna try to apply Xbox tax on our flavor, because we the coalition, son. We are the masters of this right here. So let's go. And so they got to put him in his place. Even Jeff Keighley's whack ass show got a D. And then it's the PlayStation show got a D. What the Xbox show? Xbox show got an A. A, baby. A. Dude, you know, I tell you. I told y'all way before the tides were turning. The tides were turning because Sony doesn't know what they're doing. They're acting fools. They think they could do whatever they want to do. They think they're going to keep on just selling consoles forever. It's like, no, y'all got to change with the times. And look what's happening now. The tides are turning. Everybody sees the tide turning. And so everybody's starting to flip on Sony. Except for Tim Dog. He did the opposite. So anyway, back to the show. So Gears of War, I wasn't one of those dudes that was like, oh my gosh, I cried. It was so emotional. Like, no. Even when Dom died, I didn't cry. I was like, know what messed me up? In Gears 2 with Dom's wife, I was like, that was messed up. I was like, I didn't cry though. I didn't cry, but I was like, oof, wow. I had to take a pause. I was like, damn, that's funny. Oh, damn. But yeah, like Cliffy B even came through and said, yo, this is what's up. He approves. So I was like, they didn't need me after all. I'm like, yeah, they know what's up. So the thing is like, a lot of people are like, oh, Microsoft don't know what they're doing, this, that, and the third. Look at what they just did. They showed you all these games. They showed you all the games, right? They showed you Gears. They showed you Perfect Dark. They showed you freaking Fable. Let's go Fable. And all of them look stupendous, fabulous. Unreal Engine smacking everybody up and down. And Playground's engine, whatever that one's called, Force Tech 2 or something. I don't know what it's called, but it's the Playground engine. Man, let's talk about Fable for a second. Man, they did another little, I guess, vignette, if you want to call it, where they, oh, you want to talk about heroes? Yeah, the heroes. Like the first one was with, I forgot his name, from the IT crowd. And he was the giant, which was dope. But now you got this other dude who's, I forget what he's from. I heard somebody talking about it. I was like, oh yeah, that's him. And a bunch of British funny people. Let's go. And he's a retired hero. And so I'm like, this comedy, the way that, like, first of all, British comedy, let's go. Second, the way that they're doing it, it's subtle, it's classy, if that makes sense. It's not like what Fable used to be. Fable was a childish ass game. It was like burps and farts. The dog was cool, but everything else was like, hey, you're the hero. Let's go. I'm like, it was like a parody of actual British humor. And I'm like, this is not, Benny Hill was better than this crap, even though it was misogynist. But still, come on, Molyneux, you're literally British. Why is this not funnier? But now they actually have funny people who are funny for a living involved. And that's what's up. And that's why this Fable will be better than all the other Fables ever created. Let's go. And you saw the gameplay? Did you see the gameplay, or you think it's still CG? All you ponies and donkey unicorns are so upset because our games on Xbox are looking way better than your cartoony ass Lego games, cartoony ass robot, Astrobot games, even Spider-Man at this point looks cartoony compared to Hellblade. Hellblade set the stage. They said, look, we're about to dump all these games that are going to look real good. So, what's ready? Hellblade? Okay. Let's put out Hellblade. It's not the bestest playing game, but it looks really good. And we're setting the stage. Microsoft was like, yo, we're going to set the stage, and y'all going to see how these graphics are going to smack you upside the head and blow your mind. And that's what's happening. They said Gears the dudes at Coalition, the dudes and the gals, the dudes and the gals, the dudes and the dudettes at Coalition were wizards, and they make Hellblade look like something that Sony's putting out. Hot trash garbage. I'm just kidding. And you know what the funny thing is? Insomniac said, we want our games to look like Hellblade. I'm like, well, Hellblade, I mean, yes, Hellblade looks photorealistic and it looks good. It's the best looking game ever, but Gears may look better. And the thing about Gears, though, that people may not understand is that I think Gears is going to look better overall than Hellblade, but the style of the character design and stuff like that is still Gears. So I don't think people will be able to really appreciate how much quality will be in these games. But that's doesn't matter. I can see it. If what the Coalition said was true, and that game was real-time, not pre-rendered, nothing, just real-time running in Unreal Engine, cinematic mode, all that stuff, it's over. Sony needs to start buying some Unreal Engine kits or something and train everybody up, because their Decima engine and all that ain't doing it. It looks too cartoony. I'm just saying, that's what it is. You know, once again, Unreal comes through and it's changing what video games are and what they look like and what they play like, for better or for worse. You know, there are some discrepancies, but Unreal is getting better and better. Even Perfect Dark, they said, was in Unreal, and I'm like, was it? And they were like, yeah, we saw some artifacts with the light, and I couldn't see it. I mean, they are looking for this stuff. It's Digital Foundry, of course. Sorry, I had to listen to them. I said I was done with them, but I was bored, and I was like, let me see what they have to say about this. And they gave it a 9 out of 10, actually. And so, not that I think it's important, even though I don't like to listen to what Tim Dog has to say, or Digital Foundry for the most part, or any of these ponies, or Donkey Unicorns. I still need to hear everything, you know, to get a full picture. I understand the whole echo chamber thing with Dirk Riggedy and Sean and them. You know, I love them. But for me, I need to hear both sides of the story so I can make more intelligent decisions. Not decisions, just have more insight in my opinions and stuff. Anyway, back to the show. So, there was a couple of little indie games in there, a little mouse game, and mixtape looked kind of cool. South of Midnight. Okay, South of Midnight. I didn't know what to expect. Like, the first trailer, I was like, oh, that's cool. That's a cool artistic trailer, right? They showed the game. The gameplay looked like the trailer. I'm like, how? What Compulsion just upgraded themselves in the lexicon, in the pantheon of studios and Microsoft game. They just upgraded themselves, because you look at We Happy Few and you look at this game, it's like, psh, that's not the same people who made those. Nope. That South of Midnight is a million times better than that's what's up. And like playing We Happy Few, I'm like, okay, there's something there. You could tell, like, there's something there. I don't know what happened as far as like in the production, but there's something there, right? But South of Midnight is like, whoa. I mean, the voice acting is top notch. The Cajun flavors, top notch. Homegirl with her braids, top notch. Catfish, top notch. The Gator, what's his name? Two-Toe Willie? I forgot his name. I was like, yo, this is crazy. One thing. Tangent, but not really. Skill Up went through he talked about it. I don't know if he's a pony or not. I don't think he is, but he's hypercritical of, I guess, Xbox or whatever. I mean, he has his likes and dislikes, so whatever, that's fine. But he said something about South of Midnight. He's like, oh yeah, South of Midnight, this and that and third, but what's this game about? I'm like, what are you like, how do you play it? I'm like, they literally showed gameplay. What are you talking about? Or you need a whole, synopsis or something? They gave you like a couple of minutes of literal gameplay. What do you mean? They showed some traversal. They showed some fighting. They showed some cutscenes. They showed a little bit story. She's trying to find a mama or something. What's the what? They're not trying to show you the whole game. I'm like, come on, Skill Up. And he said something else about some other game. And I was like, is he a pony in the sky? I don't know. definitely leans on PlayStation, but you know, so does many other content creators because they know where their bread is buttered. So they do that so they can get those video likes, you know what I'm saying? Get those views. Because like I said before, I don't do this to make money. I'm not a grifter. I'm doing this because it's fun. And like events like what Xbox just did, they brought happiness to the community of gamers. Most people that you watch on the internet right now are happy. Even I was watching, I think JTech TV or whatever the heck his name is. He was like, okay. I was like, oh, he likes it too, huh? Okay, that's cool. Oh, shoot. I just broke my upper band. And so I was like, okay. So even a pony like him can appreciate some good games. And so I was like, all right, well, you know, let's see who else. And who else was it? I mean, Dreamcast guys, you know, redid his vote, his score or whatever. But you know, it's undeniable. Like I said, I mean, I'm missing some games. There are plenty of games in there. Maybe I'll talk about them. And I mean, the Expedition 33, playing that. It's all Game Pass, but that looked crazy cool. It's a French, what'd they say? A French RPG, FRPG, turn-based. I'm like, what? That looked crazy nice. I'm like, yo. Like, that looked like a game that Sony would put on their stage and people would be like, God, squirting all over the place because, you know, they like that stuff. But I was like, yo, that game looks pretty dope. So, you know, I'm going to definitely play that. And then, like I said, there's plenty of other games. There were 17 exclusives or 17 first-party games. And that's one thing I want to talk about real quick before I go. Ponies and Donkey Unicorns have shifted the goalposts again, and their narrative now is Xbox got no exclusives, Xbox is third party. I mean, it's something they started because they saw the writing on the wall, right? And they're stupid because Sony is going to do the same. Sony literally did the same thing. They did it worse because game's not even out yet, and Horizon Lego is going to be third party. And like, oh, but it's a Lego. Like, no. That's a Horizon IP. That's a Sony IP. And now Doom's going to be third party right off the bat. But that was a decision that the studio made. And the studio said, yo, we want to be everywhere. And Phil was like, all right, let's go. Because Phil knows that they make more money selling games. They don't make more money selling consoles. They lose money for the most part selling consoles. And they're probably making money now. But if you think, like, look at what Sony's going through right now. They're not making a lot of revenue. And they're selling the most consoles, which means that them selling consoles doesn't bring in the money. So that whole metric is fruitless. And the Ponies and Donkey Unicorns don't understand the business, that business aspect, that business side. They think they're smart, but they're idiots. And I think I saw, back to the thing, I think I saw Reforged Gaming giving props to some of the stuff. I can't remember. I don't like watching him either because he could put some words together, but he's an idiot because he's trying, once again, grifting, trying to do the thing that, trying to cater to that PlayStation audience because it's the largest audience or the most populated or the most popular, quote unquote. But I don't know if that's true. And it doesn't feel like it's true anymore. You're looking at what's going on, and it's like, wow, where is PlayStation? Like, they got 2 kiddie games coming out. What else they got? Until another year. Come on, son. It's like, man, I'm sorry. It's rambles. I'll probably have another video touching on some more detailed aspects of this show. But I don't want to make these videos too long. But I appreciate you hanging out, like, subscribe. Let me know in the comment what your best thing in the video was in the presentation. What was your favorite game? What was your favorite video? What was your favorite anything? And yeah. And I'll talk to y'all on the next one. Sweet.